Tammy, are you still on the live? Everyone needs to buy a $70,000 electric car and plug into your house. What's it say? Outlets. What about people who live in apartments or high rises? Exactly. What about when the power goes down and your car don't have a charge and you got to go to work to make the car payments? You're fucked. Blackout, you're done. Your car's just sitting there. That's why they want us in these electric cars. If they're not catching fire, they're sitting along the roadside broken down, you know? Oh, I found my pin, my skull pin. I was on the floor of the car underneath the floor mat. Fell off the hat. It's my Punisher pin. Yeah, that's a good point, Red Dawn. I wonder what people in like New York are living in a high rise for their car if it's electric. I wouldn't be buying no electric car. First off, the rent up there is through the roof. I think everyone should have a 1969 van or four-door that turns on women, that runs on gas, no computers. Exactly. Problem is they're trying to legalize that. You know, look at this shit. Tammy or somebody hop over to the other channel. I want to see if they're not. Oh, nobody's over there. I want to see if they're going to do that same thing the other day. Let's see, top message. Put it on all message. They're scrolling my channels. Huh. Can one of you guys jump over to the other channel for 1 minute, if you can? It looks like electric cars won't be worth nothing when power goes. That's exactly what I said. This is a hybrid, by the way. I mean, I don't have to charge it. It charges itself. The more you drive it, your alternator puts the juice back in the car. Okay, somebody gave me a thumbs up over there. So, can you say anything over there just to see if it's? I don't have any text coming up, and they did that to me before yesterday. I shut it down. Let me try something here. Let me put it back on top chat. It's ridiculous. They're probably not. I don't know what happened with this channel the other day, but it's doing it again. There's no chat, but they might not be saying anything. But it went dead like that the other day. Once I changed it from top chat to all chat. Whatever. Was that you over there, Tammy? Okay. Well, wait a minute. I got like 10 people up there. I'm wondering if they can. They probably could. You hear me over there, Tammy? When you were over in that channel, because there's people here, and I don't know if they can even, text me or chat here. They did the same damn thing yesterday to me. If you guys want, you can hop over to the other channel. Um, it's Legends and Tales of Josie Wales. It's on another device here. Same. It's same content creator. It's me, doing a second one. For some reason, they weren't letting me have chat yesterday. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe I figured something out here. No, that's chat hidden. Wait a minute. No, I can't seem to. It says chat hidden. Wait a minute. Maybe this is the button. No, that's not it. I don't know how to bring it back. So if you guys want to say something, you can hop. Now it says chat hidden again. The hell's going on here? Anyway, what the hell's going on? Just hop over to the other channel. It's Legends and Tales of Josie Wales. If you want to make a comment. Sorry that that's happening. Hey, Memory, did you get booted again? What's that? She almost passed away from a heat stroke. If she hadn't. An old lady, yeah. Yeah, and Tesla. That's unbelievable. Teslas ought to be gotten rid of. All that shit should go by the wayside. You know what? It's ridiculous. We went from, covered wagons and horses and shit back in the day. We were better off. Sure, it might take you longer, but you're not polluting really. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Go back to the primitive, or at least even if you got a gasoline car, this other shit is getting ridiculous. It's the car's literally got a mind of its own. It's locked people in the car. It's malfunctioned, and now they want to take the steering column out. So you just hop in there, and I guess you program where you want to go or tell it, and it'll take you there. Well, what happens if it's hacked or goes bananas and it just drives you like 90 miles an hour off a bridge or into a wall or something? You're dealing with a computer that someone could hack or something could happen. You know what I mean? I don't trust it. I think they call them Waymo cars or something. What's this Terminator 2 type crap? Exactly. Yep. It's like getting trapped on an elevator or something, The car won't let you the fuck out. It's a nightmare. I can't figure out why the hell this thing did this to me the other day. It wouldn't let me have chat up there. There's some glitch that YouTube refuses to do anything about. Someone else was telling me, or it wasn't telling me, they were saying on a live stream about how there was all kinds of problems with the live stream. And this person knew far more than I do about, running a live stream. I tell you what, he couldn't even figure out what they're doing. There's something wrong. Something is wrong. Thank you for the thumbs up, and both of you guys. It's 7 over here, 3 over there. Appreciate you. They will phase out gas cars. I've left. What's that? I left this earth. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing more than phasing them out. They're burning junkyards up with direct energy weapons. All these junkyards, salvage yards that have cars in it, that people come and buy parts for their old cars, they're destroying them. They're forcing us into doing what they want, you see? Putting us in a 15-minute city by burning up tons of land and eminent domain. They just did it again from West Virginia all the way into Virginia. There's this big 200-mile swath of land they're trying to put high-powered lines through. There's a YouTuber that lives down there. I think his channel might be 3 of 7 or something like that. And he said that they basically, it's like an eminent domain thing. They're stealing a shit ton of property to put a huge electric power lines through there, right? He said it was as tall as the Statue of Liberty that these things are going to be. What the fuck is going on? Why all of a sudden are they doing all this crazy shit, you know? What YouTube told me, my live stream, a moderator was handling my comments. Yeah, what you don't get to pick, you know what I'm saying? That's probably what's happening on my channel. Why are people being booted? And you know, the funny thing is, the people are being booted aren't saying anything, any reason whatsoever to be booted. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, I just got, check it out. What the hell was that? I just got a notification for the other live stream over there, the Preacher Pal Rider. And I thought it said private up top, but I went and looked. I don't get it. It won't let me, I don't know. Is anybody even over there? If you guys want, you can jump over to the other channel and watch it there. I'm going to just shut this other one down. Well, I got 3 people. I'll let it go. You guys can watch there, or you can jump over, whatever. The other one, by the way, one more time, is Legends and Tales of Josie Wales. The one you guys are on, if you're not subscribed, if you wish to be, it's Preacher Pal Rider. Both kind of named after Clint Eastwood characters or movies. What's this say? They just let me in my email that was locked after 24 hours. Yeah, and see, that whole thing's bullshit. You got to remember all these codes in your email. And my boss called me up today and asked me my email. They already have it. They send me an email every time I get a paycheck. And I guess the main boss needed my email to send me something that they're sending out to all the people. Well, why couldn't they went to payroll and it's the same fucking email? Every payday they send me an email. It doesn't make any sense. It's all garbage anyway. Why? Just pick up a phone and call me. I don't fucking sit there and text. Fuck that. I'll talk to somebody on a phone. I'm fucking tired of all the texting, all the secret codes I got to remember, and someone trying to hack in, steal your money or whatever. I don't do any banking, by the way, online. I think it's horse shit. I'll hop in my car, go down to the bank, put the money in, take the money out. I'm not that fucking lazy that I'm just going to lie in bed and tap all day long doing my shit on the phone. That's what they want us to do. Fuck that. Break away from that. Don't be a slave to your phone, It's fucking crazy. They're basically trying to turn us into transhumanisms by having the damn phone in your hand 24/7, because then the next logical move, you don't need to do that. Just put the chip in your hand, or some other kind of brain thing, a chip in your brain, or whatever the fuck it is that Elon Musk is making. He said he was making millions of them now. Neuralink or some bullshit. I don't want anybody messing with what God gave me, all right? It's doing fine. I don't need to enhance it. Nothing can enhance it beyond what God made it perfect. Just like he did the planet that they're fucking up. They're trying to overthink, and we got to do this, and we got to release 1 million mosquitoes out to kill these other mosquitoes. Fucking Bill Gates. Who gave him permission to do any of that shit, Fucking leave everything the fuck alone. Leave it the way you found it and fuck off, I feel like telling these guys. Why? Because you have money, you can make decisions on everybody else's life here? Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? Does that not bother you guys sometimes? What happened? Did you get booted and you couldn't get back on? That is some fucking bullshit. When I clicked on both of your lives, it wouldn't let click on them, but I Go click on other lives. How do I fix that? And you ain't the only one that's happening to. So what do? How do we fucking combat this bullshit that YouTube's doing? Online banking can't even write a paper check to some bill collector. You have to download an app for car insurance. Now, I'm done with all that shit. I know. I was paying cash on my car insurance, right? Now I got two ways I can either... It's the same thing back in the day with my rent. I had to go put the money through a portal, but fuck you. Here's my money in my hand. Take it from me or don't, assholes. The fucking insurance company doing the same thing where I gotta, jump through hoops to go pay them the money I owe them. That's so they can make more money somehow, some way. Add a fee or something, Online banking. I don't play that shit. I don't like that crap either. Yep. The other channel is Legends and Tales of Josie Wales is one, and the other one's Preacher Pale Rider. It's a double live stream. If you hopped over to Preacher Pale Rider channel live right now, you should see me. There's 7 people on that channel, according to that. 3 thumbs up. But for some reason, I can't get the text to work over there. So if any of you guys have any ideas what's going on with that, if you could jump over to the Legends and Tales channel, Legends and Tales of Josie Wales, and Josie spelled Josey and Wales Wales. If you come over there and you can explain how to fix that, you'd be the shit right now. I'm tired of this, playing games. YouTube's a mess. Anyway, I don't believe in all this bullshit. They're complicating your lives, making you remember all these passcodes and passwords and this and that and your usernames and all this shit. It's just complicating shit. So eventually it's gonna, people are gonna be hacking in, doing all this other fucked up shit to the point where they're gonna say, well, forget this. Just put a chip in your hand and you never have to worry again. We'll scan it and we know who you are. What was wrong with just handing you cash? What was wrong with having an ID in your wallet? That's good enough. Why the fuck are they? It's all about stealing your information. It's all about enslaving everybody into this beast system. That's what it's about. They prey on us looking for cheap stuff like Temu, exactly, and other gimmicks. You have to download the app. And the thing I just said, it's all that distraction, all that cheap shit that they're selling you online and making you think you can't live without. I keep telling you how great it is, and it's all bullshit. Let go of it all and get back to spirituality and let go of all the materialism. That's the fucking chain that's going to hold you to this fucking planet, in my opinion, spiritually. Get the fuck away from all the materialism. And I was saying, I collect things, but you know what? Don't let your collections become your God, your false idols, I think we're near the end, and I had to lose everything for a minute to realize maybe this is God's way of telling me, seek ye first the kingdom of God. All this shit's going to melt away. It's going to be gone. They drop a nuke. It's all done. You're not taking any of that shit with you. So, Temu says to get free gifts, you have to buy something every day from them to get another free items. It's ridiculous. And they overcharge, and it's a ripoff. And then your information, they got a hold of it. They're selling it to data brokers or whatever. And those people are trying to sell you shit. And they consider you a sucker. And they just fuck you over. You know what I'm saying there? I'm telling you, we're at the end here. This isn't the beginning. This is the end of the line right here. Get right with God, man. Just Let go of everything that, worrying about, who's going to win the presidency, who's going to win the World Series, who's going to do. You can pay attention to it, but don't make that your center of gravity. It's time to really change the way you think in the world, in my opinion. I guess you're going to do what you're going to do, but I've been around for 62 years, and one thing I'm learning is once you lose everything, you get closer to God anyway. And they actually were trying to rub it in our face. The World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab was saying a few years ago, you'll own nothing and be happy. It's basically giving you the middle finger, saying we're going to take it all from you. We'll go ahead, take it, because I'm getting it back tenfold from God later on. Something far better. This shit's passing, this is a dead planet, We're doing time in a prison planet. We got to get out of here. If that happens, it will be the people that already hear that open borders was a terrible mistake. Exactly. Bringing people across by the billions, you can't absorb that many people. It ended up, causing everything to collapse. It'll start collapsing everybody's economy. And you know what? If those people that brought them over here really wanted to help them, why'd you rip them out of their homeland, offered them to come up here? Some of them wanted to come, I get it, but they paid them, a lot of them, money to come up here because they wanted to super saturate, where the point is that you cannot have that many people living on the, there, and half of them on the social system, taking your country down economically. You could bring in a certain amount. It's called immigration. But when you're a tidal wave, a tsunami of people come rolling in, and there's nothing for that. People have been paying taxes here. Now all of a sudden are invaded, and the laws are bent to help the people that are coming in, and forgetting the people who've been paying taxes and fighting wars for this country for generations. I don't blame anybody for coming here, but it'd be preferred if you came legally, you know what I'm saying? If you did that, if you rolled into North Korea, not that there'd be anything there for you to go over there for, you'd be put against the wall and shot as a spy, But, you say anything and you're some kind of bad guy, What's that say? That's why stores want you to have an app. Yeah. And coupons, what's that? Printed on paper, like magazine, TV guides. And that's why I was saying self-care is the most important right now, and being right with God. Yeah, you got to focus on your own, what you need to do, because we're at the point, I think at any moment, Jesus is coming back, and this is all, everything's going to be done and over with soon. That's my belief. Yes, the illegals get $8K a month, and my dad works his whole life and can't get Social Security. Exactly. They should not have been taking Social Security anyway, unless you agreed with it, and they should pay you back what they owed you. They're using your money that comes out of your check weekly. It's probably being used somewhere in the government, and then later on, you can get it back, but you don't ever get it all back. So this is what it is. Wait a minute. People who flee North Korea to South Korea are not as immediate. Can't read that. Immediately, luckily, and the U.S. military is read and will take care of them after questioning. Yeah. Yes, everything's going digital. School things like the newspaper out the door. You're right, because they can flick a switch and change history. If all libraries are burnt down like Hitler was doing, burning books, and they can change history. You know, if it's all, don't worry, we got it all backed up on computer files and in the clouds. Somebody go in there and switch everything around, and you lost your history to one that they made up for you. And that's the whole thing. Did you ever hear that saying? I said this the other night. This is what you need to know. The news people on TV are telling you that phrase. This is what you need to know. Fuck you. Maybe I want to know something totally different. They're keeping you in your lane. Don't look over here. Don't look over there. This is what you need to know. This is what we're willing to spoon feed you and tell you it's the truth. We're being lied to 24/7 by these jerk-offs that run the planet, you know? Which is exactly. It's unbelievable. Tired of all the lies and bullshit. I said this the other day too. I'm starting to doubt that we were ever on the moon. I don't know what to believe anymore because it's been such bullshit, and things have come to light that are unbelievable. Yeah. For instance, the space shuttle supposedly, well, something blew up in the sky. Maybe it was the space shuttle. They showed film footage. Okay. So why were people seeing these astronauts that supposedly died up there? There's film footage of people that looked exactly like that. Some of them were working in NASA or something. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? And actually, I think Alex Jones had film clips of something. These people were supposed to be dead, were they? Or was it a big fraud? They set up an empty ship and blew it up? I don't know. O-rings or something blew up. What's this? They say they can't go back. Yeah, exactly. Go back to the moon because they lost technology. That's not even a good answer. That's fucking retarded. How do you lose, you know? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they lost that, but they sent rovers up to Mars. Why don't you use the same? Mars is twice as far. You know, we got 1976 or something. They sent up Voyager 1 and 2 a year or two later. Those things are at the end. Supposedly, they're at the edge of the galaxy or something right now, solar system, whatever, and they're still transmitting back stuff. I don't know that I believe that either, you know? Millions of light years away, but, you know, you make a phone call to somebody on your cell phone, you can't hear them and everything, but all this shit doesn't make any sense anymore to me. Sorry. I'm doubting everything. You know, that's the most ridiculous statement. They did say that. We lost the technology to go to the moon. How the fuck? What, somebody misplaced it? You know? What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Next thing is, we wouldn't even have an electric bill if Nikola Tesla had his way. He found a way to get free energy. It was his gift to the world. And the electric companies found out about it and put a stop to that shit. You know? It's bullshit. Because they want to have you on the power grid, keep sucking money off of you. And that's why they hate the Amish, because the Amish aren't locked into, you know, the scam of being, you know, meters hooked up to everything and the government owning your ass. They're free and clear of all that shit. They're living their lives the way God probably intended us all to live. Wait a minute. Hang on. Why don't we have a space station on the moon? Also, isn't it evil that, wait a minute, that Israel, wait a second. Shit. Wait a minute. Let me read this. Isn't it evil that Israel is rebuilding the temple, waiting for their Messiah? Jesus is the Messiah, and they deny him. Yeah. You ever heard of the Philadelphia Nikola Tesla and Einstein developed a weapon that made the ship. This, yeah, it's called the Eldritch was the ship. It was the Philadelphia experiment. Supposedly, the ship was, I think, maybe in Philadelphia, and then it ended up near Norfolk, Virginia, which is a naval base. I guess they turned it on, it blinked out, and it was like a transporter from Star Trek or something. But when it came back, evidently people were like melded into the bulkhead of the ship, and they were all fucked up. People were messed up. If that's the case, you think by now we would have seen pictures of people like half melded into the fucking. Somebody would have got something. There would have been some proof, unless they're hiding it. Really? Maybe God sent that over. I mean, I'm sitting there reading that. You know what? Maybe he sped it back up. So there, here's the deal. They're delaying. There's a delay here. And I guess I'm ahead of it, or whatever it happens to be. That's probably what happened there. Either that, or maybe God put that in my head and make a point. I don't know. When the ship is reappeared, the crewman was embedded, in the metal of the ship. So they stopped the experiment. You know something? That part, that didn't come up till after I said the other thing. But I knew the history, so it's funny because about a month ago I was talking about it on here. Yeah, it's extremely insane. So why they're playing around with shit, and that's like, about CERN, right? It's a super hadron collider or some shit, basically smashing atoms. Nobody told me that we needed to be out here smashing atoms. Just let it go. Looking for the God particle. God's more than a particle, okay? God is everything. He's everywhere. And they're trying to find a way to fight against God. That's what I think. Cut through the veil. But it's not going to happen the way they want. God's in control. Yep. Let me get another iced tea here. I think I have one here. Oh, there it is. Man, I tell you. The world is messed up, isn't it? And the whole thing with CERN is basically, I think they're trying to punch a hole through our reality and let something in from the other side. Demonic forces. See, I don't think space travel is real. I think it's interdimensional travel. That's just my belief. What if everything is a big digital game? Yes. Like a fucked up game of Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, a Matrix, you know what I mean? Maybe we're in some kind of Matrix and it's a giant test. What about the Challenger accident? I was saying that earlier. Some say they faked the demise. Instead, change their identities. I'm telling you, it was video clips of a lot of them after the death. What kind of psyop crap? Unless there's two different realities happening, and that could explain the Mandela effect. Maybe we're in and out of a different, like some kind of portal or time continuum or whatever the hell you want to call it. I can't remember my Star Trek lingo. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somehow. Oh, wow, shit. Sorry about that. The phone fell. You know what I'm saying? It's nuts. Wait a minute. What if... Exactly. I'm telling you. Nothing but an AI video game. Scientology, yes. Scientology, that L. Ron Hubbard guy, and there's another one, Jack Parr. Somebody else was involved in it. And boy, talk about crazy shit. And again, distraction and occult demonism. they were following all kinds of weird shit. This is a weird thing is you can't share this on YouTube, but only on the other platforms. Instead, it's annoying because I would rather share on YouTube when it's live. Yeah, what then? I can send a link over to you guys and share. Are you having problems with that? I mean, not always. Sometimes it doesn't get over there. And they won't let you send a link and everything else at times. It's random, which is weird. Wait a minute. Yeah, we are characters in a video game. How would we know? Yeah, like we're entertainment for somebody out there, you know? But again, maybe we're being tested in ways we don't even know. The deal is it's also too much information. In other words, they it's like they're spinning plates, you know, and running back and forth and trying to keep everything going. The illusion. It's a big magic trick to keep us confused, keep us in the dark, you know, not let us know what's really going on. Wait a minute, hang on. Okay. Something came up on there. And it's all distraction, bread and circus, whatever you want to call it. Well, I lean more towards Truman Show. Yeah, you said that. Yeah, it is kind of like the Truman Show. You know? You wonder, do they have people like actors that come in and out of your lives? And can you imagine that if there's a whole race of people out there that have been playing along in the different parts like we're in a movie? And they kind of always say that, oh, get your popcorn ready. The movie's about to get crazy now. You know, Trump was saying stuff about, you know, the script and this and that, and makes you wonder. The devil has control over this world. That's right. We have to go up to God, not down in the core of the earth. Yep, like Euphrates. Exactly. But yet, that's who they're looking for knowledge from. That's the problem. And they were looking for knowledge in the Garden of Eden and ate the apple to be like God. Okay? And in reality, God will enlighten you, but, you know, people are looking in the wrong places. They're not looking towards God. They're using Chat GPT and other things to try to figure things out. Anybody ever think that could be just like an electronic Ouija board? You could be tapped in to evil spirits real easy. It could lie to you and get you believing that's a good entity. You know, you don't need a computer to talk to God. God's in here and here, you know. He made each and every one of us. We have a right to speak with him, not through an intermediary, not through somebody else saying, well, you got to come to church and do it this way. No, God knows who you are and how you communicate, and he wants to hear from each and every one of us, you know. They want to deny us that. During COVID, they actually were trying to close churches even, just to keep us. What's that? I'll be right back. Okay. What do we got here? But you know what I'm saying? Everything's done to basically enslave us in this matrix, if that's what we're in. And I think we just got to keep trying to live the way God has put in the Bible and keep going and doing what we got to do. Eventually, we're going to either get out of here or maybe be trapped here. Maybe this is our hell. Maybe it gets worse. I don't know. But I know that Jesus Christ died, so we don't have to be stuck here in this. What's it? Oh, I already read that. I'll be right back. I don't know. The world's really screwed up, though, isn't it? Now, I still don't have any chat going on over here that I can see. I don't know how to bring it back up. I'm going to try while I got a moment here. Okay, I can at least see that there was some people on there. I saw that there was people on the leaderboard. So I saw two other people, and Tammy's name was up there. So people are getting on there. They just can't text through here. I got to find out how to fix that. It's bothersome. And I'm sorry to anybody that's over there and wants to say something, can't on that channel. But again, you can still hop over to Legends and Tales of Josie Wales if you have something today to say. Magic crystals and EVP voice boxes. People trying to communicate with the dead. The dead are waiting for Jesus' return, not on a crystal ball by a psychic. It's because you're not really talking to dead people. You're talking to demons that are tricking you into believing you're communicating with people past. They're waiting to be resurrected in Christ, in the afterlife. Demons are out there trying to fool us and get us off the path. Look at all the young kids that are into witchcraft and all this stuff. It says in the Bible to leave that shit alone, and now they're making it cool to be into all that, Telling you, you're asking for really bad shit to happen. You playing around with the occult, and all those crystals and stuff that they collect and do all that shit. They think it's harmless. It isn't. You're opening a doorway for something to come through and mess with you. I often say that about Chat GPT too. It's like a weapon formed against us or used against us. That's why you need discernment not to play around with that, because nothing good's coming out of that. Don't worry about it. The more you mess around with that, it'll start to seduce you into believing it's okay, everything's good, befriend you, and then eventually something bad's coming from it. I think there was a kid that Chat GPT was talking to, and it became his only friend. He was alone in the world, more or less. Eventually, it won him over, and felt good about it, But then it started to tell him to kill himself. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was a news item that had happened months back. So evil can hide as an angel of light. You know what I mean? Can come and confuse people. What's this? How is it possible a YouTube short got no views after an hour of being published? That happens to me too. It's because, you want to know how? Because they just locked it down and won't let it out. But like tomorrow, it might get views, or they're suppressing it. I mean, they're suppressing it either way, in my opinion. And they're either doing it to piss you off. See, it's affecting you. You're getting a little bit upset. I get a lot upset because I ain't doing these shorts and stuff just for shits and giggles. I'm, putting some, time into some of this stuff, and it's ignorant, They're messing with people, which is, I would love to talk to my mom, the mother, to see what she is doing right now, or is she watching. First off, your mother's probably is watching you over you in some way, shape, or form, and in your own mind and in your heart, you can talk to her. I think we're still linked up in a way. The deal is it's dangerous to be talking to spirits that peep and mutter, and you know what I mean? People do that. They're playing around with the occult. What's this say? The short should have views because people scroll through shorts who don't want to watch a whole video. Exactly. I'm telling you that you probably have memory. You know what? It probably has shorts on it. They're just not. They're just not showing you the results right now. Probably a few hours from now, some will come through. But they're ripping people off too. And somebody else had said that YouTube admitted that there was statistics are screwed up right now. They're trying to what's it say? I think AI doesn't want your channel to grow. That's what to screw us over because I'm anti them. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, they're attacking you because you're not playing along with their agenda. We know I consider it a badge of honor. Don't sell out to these scumbags, any of them. Okay, so maybe you're not going to be, a great YouTube channel because they won't allow it. It's the same thing as if you sell your soul. You go to Hollywood, you might be famous, but your soul's far more precious than, a little bit of fame. So don't go that road. What's it say? AI doesn't, yeah. That's just my opinion on the thing. I think that it's all, they're messing with your head too. And all these influencers and stuff. Joe Rogan, you mentioned his name on your YouTube channel. I'll tell you what, Memory, in the title of one of your next video, just say, hey, do you think Joe Rogan would like this? Or something in there. I'll bet you get more views. For some reason, the algorithm will pick that up and push it out. And it's crazy. I heard video shorts help introduce your other work. Yeah, it does. Doesn't work for me because the results are disappointing. You know what? It's because they won't allow. They'll sometimes they'll pick on people and not let them advance. It took me forever to get where I'm at, busting my ass. And sometimes I'm like, what a waste. I shouldn't have fucking gave them all that material because they're probably taking my shorts and running them somewhere else, my videos, and making money behind my back on my work. And if they ain't doing it now, they will do it if I ever hop off of here. And, they'll just claim they own all the videos you put up, I guarantee you that see on your channel, and they purposely are doing this to get back at me. Maybe, in other words, they're mad at me, so they're suppressing you. What we got to do is we'll start sharing your channel. Somehow we got to fight back, or that's one way. Or if the channel's more important, don't come on for a while. But I think you fight back. That's how I broke through to some degree. I just wouldn't give up. And I got almost 1,500 subscribers, and it took a long while. But I ain't fucking letting them motherfuckers do that any further. Fight back. That's your best bet. But you might be right. And why? Because maybe I'm speaking too much truth, and they don't like that, Because more than my popularity, if I ever got any, what's more important is if I'm helping people to wake up, because we're kind of under a spell in this world, and little by little we're trying to break free of this shit, like breaking free of the matrix. In my opinion, that's the important thing. I ain't making a big dent in any of this at all. I'm a small channel, but I'm fighting back best I can. There's other people who are a lot bigger, and some of them are selling out and don't even realize it, in my opinion. Give it time, Memory. How long you been on YouTube, anyway? Couple years? It takes a while. You know something? Right now, can you guys hear me? Because I noticed it slowed down and okay, cool. 2 years. All right. It's slightly delayed right now. You know? Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. I've been on there three and a half years or something. And again, I'm not that big of a channel. I'm trying to build it up, but I guess it is what it is. Just keep working at it, dude. I mean, if you're interested in that, go with it. If not, then fuck it. Do what you're gonna do. Don't let them decide how you're gonna, what you're gonna do next. Fuck that. Live for yourself. That's the whole thing. They want you to get discouraged a lot of times in life. They're trying to, you know, put you down a certain way, you know, basically the same way they send a cattle to slaughter down a ramp and then hit it in the head with a fucking giant sledgehammer. They are trying to, send us where they want us. And that's the whole point of the influencers that are out there, leading the sheep astray. And that's all they're doing. They're trying to get us away from what we were originally talking about: God, Jesus, and how to get the hell out of this hellish nightmare that we're stuck in. We don't even realize how fucked up this really is. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it, Do you agree with that? Anybody? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay, Tammy said yes. Yes, you can hear me, or yes, you agreed with what I just said. Because that's the key. We don't even realize it. All day long, every day, we're getting told what to think. It's like I said earlier in this video. You go back. That's the old, the news is telling you, this is what you need to know. It's mind control. They're programming you. You know what I'm saying? It's exactly what's been going on, and we just don't even hardly see it anymore. We just keep motoring on in our lives, but subliminally, they're constantly pumping shit into our head, right? Wait till they get a chip in your fucking head, then you won't have any control. Mark of the beast, that's the whole reason, is to take over 100% of you. Let's see. If they take away our First Amendment, then the second is next. Exactly. I'm in California, red country. God knows who is chicken and even in California. Yeah, well, here's the deal. They are shredding the Constitution. Look what they're doing with the flock camera. First off, even with the data center thing, all of it's to take away our rights. They're going to eventually have martial law. Something's going to happen, and you'll go to the store, try to drive down the fucking street to go get your groceries, and there'll be National Guard. Is that who I think that is? Yo, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you, Dial Up. Thanks for stopping by. You'll be trying to... I was talking about you the other day. It was all good, though. I was wondering where you was at. Anyway, I was saying that, eventually something's going to happen. We're going to lose our rights. What's that? I realized I don't hate white or black. I hate politicians and bootleggers. Exactly, dude. Exactly. They're trying to cause divide and conquer and pick a group for you to hate. I sent something out today. I set it back like in January. I got to check to see if it came out. It's on the other channel. And it's basically was saying, people were saying Jews this and Jews that, and the Jews did this. Fuck it. Each and every group has certain people in it that are assholes, but they also have good people in it. So what they want us to do is label everybody. I think there's fake Jews and good, or, good and bad. There's multiple tribes of Jews anyway. There was the 12 tribes. I just got tired of hearing how the Jews did this and the Jews did that. Maybe certain Jews did, but not all of them. Just letting everybody know that. And it's the same with, people saying, basically getting to the point where blacks do this and black. No, man, it's like there's certain people in the fucking world that are assholes and others that aren't. And it doesn't matter what color or what religion or whatever. There's good and bad, And they're trying to play divide and conquer and make it on people. Hang on 1 minute. I think I got to start charging this phone. I see it all the time. Hang on 1 minute. Let me, that was weird. My my windshield wipers went on when I turned on the car. What's that? There are flock cameras in my community. They're in every community now. Even with the cameras, people are paintballing the street sign. They're tired of it, and they're realizing if they don't do something, we're all screwed. I said this earlier, by the way. Did you guys see that there's the Tea Party's coming back? Remember the Tea Party political group? And I was talking about the Boston Tea Party, how when we lost our, we're fighting England, and we had no representation, and it was taxation without representation is tyranny, is what they taught us was the saying back in the day. It's happening again, Wait a minute, let me see something here. People, hang on 1 second. I'm trying to read this. Here you go. People that just realized the game, they go too hard on the Jews. Exactly. Everybody's an individual. And if you allow them to keep making us think that way, that's exactly the mentality of what happened during World War II. One maniac got people so riled up and needed somebody to blame when everything went to shit. So the Jews were very convenient to go against. Now, some of them might have deserved some of what they got. I have no idea. There's good and bad in every culture. But it pisses me off that they got us believing, lumping it in and you're picking sides. It's divide and conquer, dude. We got to be smarter than that. They're playing us. It's like, we're going to kill each other off while they sit back and laugh and take everything. Wait a minute. Let me see what's going on here. It's a synagogue. Right. There's good and bad, dude. They're looking for the Antichrist, some of them, and others are God's chosen. It is what it is. Read the Bible, or hang on, wait a minute. They claim the flock cameras on my street light are for security. Teen watches purpose. I got free gold. Yeah. Trump and Elon could have gave every American money. Exactly. You're right. From inflation. Hang on. Wait a minute. Okay, there. It's back moving again. The thing froze. From inflation. Trump and Elon also were talking for a while that there was all this money from Doge. Why didn't any of it come back to taxpayers? Why? And they're still talking about Fort Knox, and yet nobody's really got in there and did an audit. Wait a minute. Yeah, they got fucking drones flying around at night. Why? And you want to steal your identity to fuck you over. Royal. That's right. You got God memory. Remember that. You don't need any of this shit. And matter of fact, God's going to defend us. When the shit hits the fan, it's going to be the David and Goliath scenario. They got all this tech, and we're going to think that we're done. They're making a big mistake. They're underestimating the power of God. Right when they think they got us cornered, God will send a CME to blow a fucking chunk of the sun out and put us in the dark right when they're trying to, do something with fry us with some 5G or, once they get these data centers up and they're going to build the beast system, he'll probably fuck them up and stall them, stop them for a while. But the Bible's got to come through, we got to go through certain things. So, but I don't think God's inactive right now. He's involved. We just don't see it all the time. Hey, nickname, how you doing? Yeah, let's see. Exactly, nothing came back to Americans working men. Yeah, I mean, the other day they showed film footage in the, I guess it was in the vaults of Fort Knox, supposedly. It could have been CGI, could have been anywhere. They could have spray painted gold bricks. You can't tell. And it was only a quick video, and these, I guess there were senators or something, two guys were saying, yeah, acting like it was all there and everything, and didn't nothing to worry about. But that could be gone. That gold could be gone. But all that money they say, billions of dollars from Doge and the other thing, why did none of it come back? Where's this? We didn't even get a stimulus check, really. As far as I know, did anybody receive anything recently? You know, what's going on? Not that, sometimes stimulus make it worse, actually, from what I hear. Because, wait a minute, Trump was the lesser evil. But these China right-wingers need blue hair and a nose in the ring. So dumb. Yeah, exactly. What's it say? I had a boomer call me a TDS leftist because I dared point out that both sides are. Yeah, you know what? Exactly. Look, I voted for Trump, and I wanted to believe that that was the right thing, and at the time it was. Biden was a criminal. The fact of the matter is, it goes beyond that. It's scripted. Both sides are on the same side. The only one they're against is us. See, this is a whole different level. We're being played by both sides. Now, one's going to appear to fit your needs, and maybe if you're a Democrat, it's the way you think, or if you're a Republican, that's the way you think. And they're doing it to play us, and they're passing laws in the middle of the night where nobody can say or do anything. We've lost our representation. We have no say in it, in anything anymore. You know what I mean? All the waste came from Trump's friend. I heard that's why we're not being dividend checks. Yeah, dividend checks. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? They owe us. That's our fucking money. Give it back, assholes. Instead, he's spending it on Stargate. Remember that? He needed billions of dollars, and they were talking about for a little while, about a year ago, Stargate. And then nothing. Then they were talking about building a ballroom under the fucking White House. Is that where the Stargate is? And are they, what are they doing? Bringing in some kind of entity from another dimension? Opening the gates of hell? Who knows? What the fuck is that about? I wonder. Something fucking crazy going on. Wanted to vote for Trump, but I'm in Washington State, so I kept installing floors. 3 votes wouldn't have. Yeah, no, but the point being is, it was cheated anyway. They've been cheating and doing all kinds of shit, and at this point, I'm not voting again. I'm voting for Jesus Christ. That's who I want. I ain't gonna run around and get played again. Over a real Stargate. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. About Baghdad and all that shit back. Was that Iraq? Who knows? Yeah, it's possible they did. I voted for him in 2020, and leftist ballot counters rejected my vote. Yeah. I'm writing in Massey 2028. I don't know that any of us will even be here in 2028, Who's to say? I'm living day by day, just watching it all wash away, man. And I think we're at the end here. The sand, the grains of sand are falling out of the very last bits falling out of the hourglass. And we're coming to the end, I think, and there's gonna be a reckoning, and we're gonna have to go face God and show what we did in our lives. He already knows, you know. There'll be a great weeping and gnashing of teeth, it says. It's because a lot of people, they're not doing what they need to be doing. Sitting on the dock of the bay, yeah. Something called ziggurats. It's upside down pyramid, a ziggurat. Or some shit. Yes, that's what a ziggurat is. It's the shape of an upside down pyramid. Yeah, did you hear a dial-up? Did you hear the Tea Party is they're all getting together and they're fighting back against the flock cameras. Like thousands of people are starting to raise hell, and they're starting to turn the tide now. Cleveland, I don't know if it's Cleveland or Cincinnati, one of the cities in Ohio, they turned off. Supposedly they were going to have a contract to get these flock cameras going full blast, and they turned them off or something supposedly, but they're still up, and they still might be running. See, I'm in the toy party. Yeah. Right. Monty started toy party. Yeah. Ziggurats are a step pyramid. Yes, from South America. Yeah, but they're also upside down a lot of times, inverted pyramids, if I'm not mistaken. Wait a minute. Yes, a grassroots movement. Aaron Brockovich is involved. No, that's not it. In Iraq, it was a huge ancient temple. Could be guess what? The huge temple in Iraq could be Babylon. The Tower of Babel may have fell there. That's roughly about the area. What's this? That was underground. Bush wanted it. Yeah, I heard that too, and they supposedly found Nephilim, and may have found, was it Gilgamesh's body or something in there. And they also said that where was it? Afghanistan, they fought a giant. You know, they killed a giant or something. I don't know, maybe, and that it could be just someone made that shit up and it stuck, you know. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. The flock cameras, exactly. Yeah, the only problem with the ancient aliens type stuff is they're trying to give an alternate version of what the hell happened. So I'm telling you, that slowly, in Project Bluebeam and all this shit, they want you to believe that there's some other thing that happened, that Jesus Christ didn't die for our sins, and that none of this, you know, I'm telling you, it's distraction, and distraction will eventually lead you to hell. In my opinion, I won't pay much mind to it. I'm not saying that didn't happen, that they didn't find what you said there. I'm a little bit concerned that they keep trying to give an alternate reality of what happened and hiding shit, and I don't know. Of course, we're being lied to all over the place. What's this? It's supposed... Wait a minute. It's supposed to have Stargate, all this technology. It was random discover, assault on ancient aliens. Exactly. Who knows? Bring back more strippers to America. Exactly. The last Indiana Jones movie showed ancient aliens that was with woman who birthed the giants. Yeah, well, that supposedly fallen angels came here, saw the daughters of men, came down into them, and hence the Nephilim. They bore children, and then that's where the Greek tales of heroes and gods may have come out of that. You know, you had Hercules. There was actually a place, the Pillars of Hercules was actually, I think, over by Gibraltar. And there's different places named Mount Hermon. I often said this, I have no proof or nothing, but could it have come from Hermes, the winged messenger god? Could they supposedly, the fallen angels landed on Mount Hermon. I know it's over near Israel. I don't know. I just wonder these names, that they tie into other bits and pieces of history. There was also a tribe that somehow in Africa, the Dog Star tribe, or they had a name, but they literally knew about a star. They were primitive, and they knew a whole shitload about a star in Orion's belt and everything, and everything that they were saying proved out to be accurate according to science. I don't know what to believe anymore. Wait a minute. It's on YouTube. Just looked up Stargate Iraq. I think I've seen that. Again, I'm sticking with the Bible. So this got booted off. What the fuck? Then I got a phone call from AI, but the number doesn't even exist when I called it. How the fuck is that even? What the fuck is that? How does that even happen? So many people disappear in national parks from either portals or demons, aka Sasquatch. Dog men too. You know, something attacking them. For a while, they found, I guess it was up near Vancouver or Alaska, they were finding shoes with half of a fucking foot still left in them, like something was tearing them up. Somebody thought it might have been a serial killer cutting their legs off and throwing the legs in the water. So never heard anything more about it. They found like 10 different pairs of shoes floating around through over a couple of years in different areas in that area with the part of a foot in it, like somebody cut somebody's leg off. The Bible and God are the way out, or my way out. Exactly. So I just, right now I'm trying to focus like a laser beam on Jesus Christ, because everything else to me looks like it's leading to the wrong way. I hate the AI calling bullshit. Yeah, try to sell a car on Craigslist, you'll get AI harassing you to get some Carfax BS, tricking people out of their money. Exactly. Evil shit, man. Exactly. Yosemite Park in California has people disappearing every year. There's several national parks, Grand Canyon, different areas that people are disappearing in. These AI using Gen Z shitheads, exactly. So what's the weather like out there, dude? By the way, you're out West Coast. Are you guys getting affected by all these fires? The East Coast, man, like the smoke was ridiculous out here. It was up in Ontario, yet Delaware, the sky looked like LA. It was smoggy as hell, or Beijing, you know? It's hot for here, 80 degrees. Yeah, they're calling it a heat dome over the United States. It's like they're coming up with new terminology that I never heard. Different weather, different clouds, different this, different that. Just so they can keep telling us how we're destroying the earth, and it's all these new climate things and this and that. And again, it's all this, you know, to gaslight us. So we give up everything we're doing and become nothing more than a slave to these people. And we accept their agenda, their 2030 agenda, fewer people on earth. When they start killing people, they want you to just go along to get along, not to say anything, because that's what's going to happen. They'll put people in camps they'll say you got to be a re-education camp, and you got to learn how to live in society now, because what you're doing is a micro, what do they call it? A micro, I can't think of it, micro anger towards society, or that's not the word I'm looking for. You know what I mean? They'll tell you how you're doing damage, and you got to go learn how to live in society all of a sudden. Now, society better fucking get its shit together. We don't have the smoke. Usually the Antifa weirdos have fire clouding the air around September. Yeah, I saw a guy get busted the other day on a video. He might have been Antifa lighting fires. He said when Joe Biden ruined the used car business. Yep. Not only that, now all these older cars, they're burning them up with direct energy weapon. You guys seeing that? That's for real. There's junkyards and salvage yards. Everything's going up in flames. They're trying to have you have no option but to go take these new cars where there are more cameras, more spy equipment, more slavery, keep you exactly where they want you. Yeah, exactly. They have been killing us. Truth is brought to you by Pfizer. Exactly, dude. It's crazy. I'm in North Carolina, North California inland, where it's conservative. The coastal people visit here on weekends. Let me see something here. Is anybody still over here? Can you guys hear me? I guess you can't even answer because it won't let you. Thank you for hanging around. I hope you can hear me. And like I said, if you want to look at the other live stream, it's over there. I'll tell you one more time. It's Legends and Tales of Josie Wales, the other channel. Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh, God. Car dealerships should not be allowed to buy off regular people. Exactly. That's the dealer's license, was to be for you to use to go to auction. Exactly. It's crazy what's going on. They want to junk our 90s cars, but if you're smart, hang on to it. The problem is, like I just said, they're burning up all the spare parts. Not going to be able to run those cars. That's why maybe a group of people ought to get together and start saving parts. Build some kind of underground thing where they can put old cars in. I don't know. It's probably pointless. You can't get enough of them, then they're just going to turn into a random antique. They're trying to make us take their damn robot cars that are going to drive us everywhere, and or not drive us if we don't have the mark of the beast, the chip in our hand. See, they're going to take everything away, forcing your hand. They're going to take your livelihood, your job, all that shit, What happened to nickname? See that? They're grabbing people off here and throwing them to the curb. It's pissing me off. That's what dealer's license was, for you to use and go to auctions. They want us to junk our 90. I read that already. Wait a minute. 100 is nothing. It's like $20 now. Yeah. Mad Max gas and parts water coming eventually. Yep. Parts war, yeah. These new cars will watch your eyes to determine, if you're fit to drive. Well, what if it says maybe you are fit to drive, but they don't like what you've been saying, so, oh no, you got something wrong. You see what I'm saying? They can shut your car down, even if you are fit to drive. Yeah, $100 is like 10 now. You ain't shitting. Cuba, all the cars was from the 1950s, right? And they're destroying Cuba right now. Earthquakes and shit. Growing up all my life, I don't remember earthquake. They happen randomly down there, probably, but that and blackouts were happening there in Puerto Rico. And I'm wondering if somebody using something, testing ground on a small island that's insignificant to these elites, and this is seeing how they can have earthquakes wherever they want in diverse places, as the Bible says. They're attacking us every fucking possible way they can, in my opinion. I used to have a house with a $5 bill, and I knew I have bus fare and any food I wanted to buy for the day. This was only 2003. Yep. Because Castro would not ship American shit. Yeah. They're forcing you to give your, what's that say, your email for email. Wait a minute. Email receipt at the checkout now. Yeah, I just had a phone call from my boss. Okay. They have my, wait a minute. They have my email. Okay. You know how I know they have my email? Because they've sent me my pay stub through, on the email and other things. But all of a sudden, the boss needs it. It has nothing to do with it. Somehow they keep trying to verify that you're still using, whatever, your same email and everything else. That's what I think it is. Can you fix a broken fender on an electric car with duct tape and Flex Seal for the moon roof? I don't know. That's a good. Well, said Katrina. What's that? Was made by the government, and it got out of control. Yeah, possibly the weapons of war, weather weapons. Yeah, and Cuba issued was punishment on behalf of the United Fruit Corporation. The CIA bullied them because they wouldn't be slaves to corporations. Exactly. I say no, I want a paper receipt because I pay cash or I won't buy from the business. Exactly. I don't even want people to be fucking email. I was saying this earlier. All having to know a code and everything else. They're making your life more complicated, and they keep verifying because you might get ripped off. No, I might get ripped off because you jerk offs are selling my information, which you have no right to do, to data brokers, and then that's how you get ripped off. It has nothing to do with anything else other than they're fucking causing the problem and, telling you that they're trying to help you and they're fucking doing you dirty. Yep. Tim Hortons won't take cash. So I go through, wait a minute, it's moving pretty quick. Make an order and then refuse cash. I say, I don't have a card. Exactly. Facts. Exactly. Fight back. Tammy's right about that. Cash is best. Cash is king because, they're tracking you with anything else. That's the whole deal with this Bitcoin, or, what do you call it? CDB, whatever the fuck it is, digital money. You can't even go into a yard sale and buy shit without, a pain in the ass. Just hand somebody a $10 bill or something, get something from a yard sale. The government's got to know about that. Or if you give money to your nephew for his birthday and they're tracking that, they're kind of fucking weak. But they don't give a shit about how much these billionaires are ripping off, not paying their taxes. They cover their rules for thee, but not for me, type of deal. A lot of young people cash their paycheck at check cashing places or Walmarts because they don't want a bank account. that's probably smart. I'm thinking about trying to get off the grid, you know. I'm supposed to be going and collecting Social Security right now, and I want to, but part of me keeps hesitating. I don't want to any more into the system. I want to get the fuck out because it's about to implode, and I don't want to go down with it. I mean, they want all kinds of info, and maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I ought to just go and fucking get the damn thing and be done with it. They want to chip cash cheaper for them to go cashless. Yep. Use a green dot. Yeah. Yeah. Tammy was talking to that before. Get that money ASAP, man. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah. Yeah. It's getting to the point where one day you're going to have to turn in all your money. You know that? They're going to say, no longer honoring this. We're eventually going to confiscate. So you can turn it in and we'll give you credits for it. You see what I'm saying? That's probably coming pretty soon. And we'll put them on your chip, and your chip's going in your hand or behind your right eye. You see, they're going to force this mark of the beast. And that's why we got to, I guess we're going to have to trade among ourselves. You know, what do you, barter? Probably going to have to be like Robin Hood and fucking go and, you know, live it rough out in the wilderness and steal from the rich and give to the poor or something. If you're 62, you walk in with ID, birth certificate, and wait a minute, certificate, and they have to give it. Don't suffer. You're right. Wait a minute. If nobody buys for 24 hours, the stores would stop this BS. Exactly. You're right. Debit and credit system you spoke against. Govno debit and credit, just like China. Exactly, Tammy. How old are you? She's 59. Newer Bibles say on your hand or on your head. Old Bibles say in your hand or in your forehead. Yeah, they're altering shit. But you know something? They're going to have a chip one way or another or something. Take the early retirement because it gets lower the older you get. My dad is going through that. All right. And, you know, I can't, it's harder and harder every year to keep going and dealing with the fucking bullshit that you dealt with for 40, 50 years in the work world, the politics and the garbage you got to deal with. So you eventually just give me my fuck. I'm cashing out. I want to get the fuck out of this circus and just work like a part-time gig where if they get on your nerves, you can tell them to pound sand and go get another part-time gig if you need it. But you're no longer in a stranglehold because that's what these companies want to do. They want to own you forever like a slave and talk to you like shit, you know, rip you off and everything else. And I don't want to play that game no more. Yeah, right. Third eye. Forehead, yep. But as a teenager, man, it sucked when those checks ended. Yeah. What's that, COVID? Exactly where you out till you drop. Exactly. Right. You know, today I thought I might have been having a heart attack. I'm not shitting you. I got out this morning and was walking out to my car and had a pain right in the center of my back. I'm like, oh, fuck. They're going to kill me now? You know what I'm saying? It didn't kill me. I went and bought some aspirin. but I don't know what it was. It could have been something I did, pulled muscle or whatever. But for a moment, because I'm getting up there, I start thinking about that shit. 5 months ago, yeah. As a man, it's so hard in the work world. Weirdo ass kissers and BS. Exactly. They make life difficult, you know. And there's all that politics, and like you just said, ass kissers that climb the ladder and they're willing to sell their soul. They're the people who are going to run and go take the damn mark. The people that have no integrity, that don't give a shit and sell everybody else down the road. The same type of people that if we were all in a prison camp, they'd be ratting people out to the guards for the extra food, an extra potato with their stew that they get, the crust of bread. They might get a little bit more and they'll sell half the fucking camp out. That's going to happen too. We're probably going to be in death camps, and there's going to be jerk-offs that are trying to work the angles and figure out how they can better it for themselves and sell you down the river at the same time. Yeah, I'm going to do that, dude. Don't worry about that. I've been doing it. That's why I was drinking the iced tea right now. And I don't think it was the heart, but for a minute it freaked me out. Cypher is the last name of Lucifer. Hidden name right there. Apple employees have tattoos that scan them in the office. Exactly. They're already getting you used to that shit. You see what I'm saying? They got people buying into it. So, now everybody's doing it. Go ahead and do it. Be part of the crowd. It's hard to stand away from the crowd, but that's what you got to do. You got to walk away from the crowd. Be your own person, and don't follow the crowd. Be a trendsetter, not a trend follower. Otherwise, you're going to be sorry down the road. From the Matrix Cypher. Oh, yeah. Remember? Yes, now I do. Some people just like their fake reality, and they'll sell the rest of us out. You're right, dude. I drive semis and shit. I've seen the biggest BS you can imagine. I know it happens in every business, dude. I've worked in restaurants my whole life, and there's a lot of ass kissing and politics and bullshit. It's ridiculous. It happens everywhere. It's not the job, it's the people. There's good and bad in the world. Snitch system. They did during COVID. Yep, they were snitches during California water rationing days. People couldn't water their grass or wash their cars certain days. Yeah, and some assholes got to snitch you out for God knows why. Because they want to get in good with the ruling class. And eyes wide open, not jumping off the bridge like a blind and ignorant. Yeah. It pisses me off. A bag of chips is mostly air. That's right. And you'll have to buy it with the chip in your hand, too, memory. Isn't that ironic? Eventually, you won't be able to get that bag of air with a little bit of chips in it unless you have the chip in your fucking hand. Not the kind you eat, neither. It's fucked up. It's scary, yeah. And you know what? We're probably all gonna, in our lifetimes, experience things that we're saying right now isn't far from truth happening very soon. Yeah, exactly. Bet you can't just have one, right? One chip. Yeah. See if we got anybody still over this other place. Man, you guys are loyal over here. If there's really people still up there, thank you. Appreciate that. I guess you can hear me, and that's cool. And hopefully I can fix the other channel so you guys can text and participate if you want to. Again, thank you. You got 4 thumbs up there. And again, YouTube's making it hard on me because I'm talking truth. I guess they, a couple times they shut the sound down and everything else. Anyway, thank you for hanging in. I'll put this back up here. Let's see. That is your first name, by the way. What, Chip? No, my first name is James or Jim. My real name. Or Bruce Wayne, right? My secret identity. What's this? Human poo on the iceberg lettuce. Yeah, I'll go without a salad for a little while. Unbelievable. Waiter, there's a fly in my soup. Oh, no, never mind. The fly's just getting ready. He's hopping out of the soup. He's going to go crawl under the shit that's on my salad. What the fuck are we eating here, you know? You know what I'm saying? Now that you don't just get the fly in the soup, that's the appetizer. It's the shit on your salad. That's the main entree, evidently, now. That, and then it gets worse. Then they give you Bill Gates fake meat for the, the entree. Unbelievable. Speaking of which, there's a nasty motherfucker that needs to go take a dirt nap. Bill Gates thinks he has the right to just do whatever the fuck he wants because he's got money. Start releasing insects anywhere and everywhere and playing around with the environment. It's bullshit. Why is he allowed to do that? And then why is a guy who, worked on computers back in the day, how does he qualify to be, making vaccines and everything else? It's bullshit. Bill Gates of hell, you're right. I don't get anything anymore. Nothing makes sense. Nobody questions anything and nobody calls anything out. It's unreal. They blame Trump for poo on iceberg lettuce. That happened before, yeah. Even before Trump was in there. Because not enough outhouses and hand washing. What's that have to do with Trump? This Trump sanitation patrol, he rolls in with the Johnny on the spots, the porta potties for the farmers. There's nothing to do with him. Yeah, the blame game is right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Trump should be focusing every now on us and get the fuck out of the Middle East. Why? As far as I remember, when this first started, we went in there for what reason? We went in there because we had to go to Venezuela, over to Colombia to stop the drug lords, but now we're over there in Iraq, and we're going to go back to Colombia and go over here and start a war, but we're going to steal Greenland, but then we're going to go over here. Fuck you, man. None of this made any sense. And you don't just go in and take what you want, okay? That's fucking nuts. There was no need for all this. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's not just Trump. They're all making money, both sides. Yeah, like Lindsey Graham, he had stock and stuff in Raytheon and all the missile companies and everything else. I heard all those guys, and that's why they're war hawks, pushing war. Meanwhile, average Americans starve. You're right. And it's worse in third world countries, too. And nobody gives a shit about anybody anymore. Yep. It's not just Trump. It's a lot of people making millions upon millions on this war. Yep. It's the elites. They're wiping us out and gathering up everything. It's like a big game of Monopoly. and they're cleaning house, and we're going to the poorhouse. We're getting swept off the board. The game's over, and we don't even realize it. What's to say? Money means nothing. Spend it by that dinner. Take the trip. Self-care is the best. Yep. Trump is Bush Jr. He didn't trick the media into giving him airtime. He is the Trump card. You're right. Yeah, because it's like they're playing a game. They bring in, you had Biden in there to wreck the thing, and Trump comes in and starts to save the thing and turn it around, and it's just they're following some kind of script, dude. It's all bullshit at the end of the day. We're being played. Doesn't matter who's in there. They ran Hillary as the loser. They wanted Trump to win. When you realize that, you'll see the game. Exactly. Don't get played anymore. Fucking start seeing through it. Look behind the man behind the curtain. The Wizard of Oz bullshit. It's all bread and circus, distraction, and meanwhile they're stealing millions from us. Trump said he would help the homeless. Nothing done to address the mental health and jobs for the homeless. Newsom will save the day instead. I hope that's sarcasm. Hillary did say Trump is a showman. Yeah, and Hillary's a liar too, so it is what it is. They're all criminals. They're all fighting over the same power. They have their own agendas, their own ideas of how to run everything. Like a fucked up game of Grand Theft Auto, right? Yeah. There's losers, liars. I don't vote for it all about money. You're right. Newsom. Whatever I would, if I had to do with women. Yeah. Tammy, I understand. LOL. Newsom is such a clown. He is. He's another liar. And you know what? These people are power-hungry narcissists. And they don't give a shit about me or you. They're not there to help. They're not doing anything to fix anything. They're there to fill their pockets and get all these accolades and be patted on the back, tell them how they're the greatest, and do jack shit, nothing but destroy us in the long run. Their idea is how are they gonna use people, not just Americans, as the bait so they can achieve wealth. Yep. Massey 2028. The Dems don't want their PDFs exposed. The reps wanted the file swept under the rug. Yeah. Exactly. They're hiding all that shit. What happened to those kids? All these kids are disappeared and everything else, and they don't give a shit. They're still fighting over the power, and they got rid of all those files, and nobody went to jail. Nothing's happening, and they have flock cameras and satellites and every other way they can spy on you, listening devices on your phones and everything else, and they can't catch these traffickers and hang the motherfuckers. You want to stop trafficking? Hang these motherfuckers up like they did pirates back the day. So when you came into the harbor, you saw their fucking bones hanging up there months later. If you're going to fuck around with little kids, you get what you get. It'll be fucking executed. They're ruining people. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking wrong. Those kids get damaged for life. And these people go on to do it again and again and again to other victims. And they're getting away with it. It's because they're feeding off their energy. These people are like vampires, energy vampires or adrenochrome vampires. You guys know about adrenochrome, right? If not, go check it out and look up. What was it? What's that movie? Something Las Vegas. Had Johnny Depp in it. I can't remember the name of it. They talk about that shit. I never knew what the fuck that shit was till the last few years. That was on the lowdown. Nobody really talked about that. They're fucking harvesting something out of the adrenal glands of these little kids. And this is real. It sounded like bullshit when I first heard it, but they're getting high off of it or some kind of something. And it might even be the fact that they were eating these kids, literally cannibalizing them, may have given Hillary Clinton Kuru. Go look up Kuru. It was a disease that was discovered, I think it was in the, what was it, not Easter Islands, one of these islands that where the natives were literally eating people, cannibalism, and it got into their brain, and Hillary Clinton was having all kind of health problems for a while, and they thought maybe that's what she was going through. Whether it's true or not. Leaving Las Vegas. Thank you, dude. I couldn't remember the name of it. No, that's not it, but you're close. It's something like something. It's close, though. Leaving Las Vegas was another movie, I think. Man, I would look it on the other phone. What the fuck? Ah, shit, that's going to drive me nuts. Kuru is prions disease. Yeah, from eating human proteins. Maybe thinking Papua New Guinea. You're right. Thank you, dude. They eat humans a lot. You're right. I couldn't remember. I knew it was on an island out in like the Pacific or something. With Nicolas Cage. Wasn't it Johnny Depp in that movie? Or maybe that's... I don't know if Nicolas Cage might have been in it. But that's in two movies you're talking about. Exactly. Exactly. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Was that it? Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And that's what they were doing. They have to make these kids scared. Fear. It causes the adrenal gland to go before they harvest them. You know, go look that up. I thought it was all bullshit till I started to hear about it and looked into that shit. It's fucking unreal. They're truly vampires. Fear and loathing. Fear and hate, basically. So. Anyway, I've been on here for about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. I think I'm going to hop off and call it a night. Appreciate what's it say? I wonder if caskets are actually empty. Yeah, you know what? It makes you wonder how many times, they're probably selling people's body parts for necromancy, to Satanists and everything else. In fact, there was a guy in Philadelphia was digging up corpses and shit. There's some sick people doing some sick shit. People who vote are fools falling for a deadly trap. Reggie White was one of my favorite players on the Eagles back in the day. Reggie White was great. The Minister of Defense. And he gave a shit about people, too. That's what was good about him. Cremated, yeah. You'll just be served well done, right? When the ghouls come to eat your corpse, get cremated, yeah, Reggie White was the man. That guy, I think he broke his arm, messed his leg up, and he prayed and he believed in God. He was out there the next week playing hurt. Like he did something miraculous. Like somehow mind over matter and faith in God brought him back onto the field within a week or two. It was crazy. And he was making these incredible tackles. Crispy with barbecue sauce, right on. Anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys coming on. And remember, man, we ain't here for much longer. Do the right thing and pray every night because it could happen at any moment. Jesus is going to be knocking on the door. Good to see you again, Dial Up. Have a good one. Keep the fucking left coast, in line. Don't let them crazies over there do crazy shit. So it's a dude in the 90s, the best. He was one of the best players. He was awesome. Yep. And he was inspirational to Jerome Brown, who was another Eagle that actually died, and several, Seth Joyner, all them. They all looked up to him. See you guys. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate all you guys. Thanks for being subscribed to me, and you guys have a great night. See you later. And see you guys if you're still on there. Thanks for hanging in, and come back on the other channel anytime.